Transmitting from the front lines of the wargaming world. You are watching Friendly Fire. Friendly Fire. The show where you can watch, learn, and even play our games live online. We will be showing some of our favorite tactics and answer your game questions. This is Friendly Fire.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Devin the OG, the original Grognard, and we are back with Jeff and Keith for Friendly Fire, our infamous Friday night firefights. We are back continuing the scenario that we've been playing for, well, Keith and Jeff have been playing for the last few weeks from the upcoming World of War, Blood and Fury, and I'm just going to go ahead and jump right in and let the gentleman take over. Let's do this!
Hello, good evening, and welcome.
Good evening. So, Keith, you want to just give a recap and then we'll draw the next card?
Yes, real fast. There's a river on the, well, I think, I'm not sure what, oh wait, there it is, yes. So the river running down the middle of the map, there is a bridge that if Devin could point that out with his cursor there. Let's see if I can do that here. Bridge stretching across these two hex sides, and the objective is that bridge. I am the NATO forces currently spread along a line like this. Pretty thin line, actually, with a pretty strong left flank. And we are attempting to close with the bridge and either get a Leo 1 or a Leo 2 on it, which is a sudden death victory. And you can see the likelihood of that is not big. Or get on the hill that the Russians are populating in the middle here, so we can see the bridge. And if I can get, I think it's 4 units that can see the bridge, then that's a win at the end of the game. Right now we're on turn 4 of 10 turns. We have been filling in with filler and stories and strategy and tactics, and so that's why these are, we're on turn 4. But there's a lot of blood to the Blood and Fury. So Deb, would you mind scrolling over and show people the dead pile?
Yep, I got it.
Real fast. And then after that, we'll get right into it.
I'm showing the dead pile. Oh, do want to give a quick shout out to Peter Madoff and Category Solo Gaming Table. Both of them are saying hello, so we are glad you are here.
Solo Game Table, hello.
If anybody has any questions or comments or concerns or complaints, well, maybe not so much complaints, but please feel free to air them, and we might even read them on air.
Yeah, questions, absolutely. We are here to answer questions, and we're here to make mistakes so that you can say, hey, that's not right. What's the rule? And Keith's favorite thing, what do the rules say?
Because the designer never knows the rules.
The designer never knows the rules. However, Jeff is here to balance me because he always knows the rules. That's lead playtester. That's the huge advantage there.
That is exactly right. I have found that in my own experiences. The lead playtester typically knows more about the rule set than the person who wrote it.
Right.
So.
All right. So you can see here on the casualties here. I'm the West Germans. This is a West German versus Soviet scenario. I'm the West Germans, and I have lost 3 platoons of Leo 2s. I have 1 left, I think. That's not great, but I was careless. And I still have some Leo 1s left, and I have 1 Leo 2, so I still have some armored force. They're not quite concentrated at the moment. But we'll see if we can remedy that this turn. And also, we lost our leader. Oh, bummer. And we lost a little bit of infantry, but we have plenty of infantry left, and that's what we're going to try and leverage. We do have some Milan anti-tank missiles, so we're kind of keeping them at bay. That, and along with we had a lot of smoke artillery barrages, and we have 1 smoke barrage left and 1 HE barrage left, which I'm not sure where I'm going to use that, but we'll see.
Well, you do have a mortar that can fire still.
I do have a mortar that can fire smoke, and he's been very handy. Jeff's plan, I'm going to leave to Jeff. My plan, by the way, which this is the 3rd time I've said it because we're going to say it each time, is to basically keep that smoke between me and Jeff and try and isolate smaller portions of his force and chew them up. Because if I make him weak enough by about, say, turn 7, then I may be able to maneuver toward the bridge. But right now, he's pretty strong. Plus, he has positions. If you go back to the left there you go. In the just at the bottom there's 2 ops complete markers on the east side. That's the right side of the river. I can't get to them. because there's no bridges except for the one he built. That's the premise of the scenario. Is the Soviets in a rare moment where they built the bridge, they have a bridgehead, but they are not in a position yet. They're awaiting reinforcement, so they're in a rare defensive moment, and the Germans have decided to counterattack.
Yeah.
All right. So, Jeff, you want to add anything to that? And after Jeff's done, we will get right into the next card. We're in the middle of turn 4, so you can see there's lots of obs completes that have already been placed.
Yeah. Basically, like you said, the Soviets established a bridgehead, and we're trying to exploit that bridgehead before the West Germans counterattack and destroy it. And if he can get somebody on that hill overlooking the pontoon bridge within regular range, he's going to win.
All right. Thank you, Pennsylvania Camp and Canoe, and good luck. Yeah, this will be recorded, and you can watch it later when the reception is not quite so spotty.
Yep, this is going straight to YouTube.
There we go. Straight to YouTube TV. Woohoo! Or YouTube. All right.
YouTube TV.
Unless you guys got anything else, let's go to the next card.
Yeah.
Oh. Finally, the Soviet infantry on the hill get to do something. They've been doing their job, to be sure. Now,
well, especially my BTRs.
Yeah. I'm watching the playback, but basically, this position here. I don't know if you can see it.
I'm sighted in on it.
Okay, so
this position here, just so you know, is a gun position and improved positions in the woods across a river I can't get to. It's very annoying.
Yeah, normally you just wipe it away with a little assault.
Right, but I can't. I mean, I could put a whole lot of firepower on it, but that would be kind of a waste.
Yeah. So the first thing, first thing I need to do is decide where I want to put my HQ. And I might just want to put it in. Just keep it where it is.
I thought you could put it with the guns. I'm like, what? No.
Well, the infantry are much better. Okay, so I'm going to keep it here. So range is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this stack here has to roll 2 dice for morale.
Oh, he's out.
And he's back out. He was out, and then he went back out. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So then this stack here, he has to roll as well.
So this guy off screen to the left there.
Yeah, this one here.
Now he's on screen. Yeah, that very lefternmost.
He's good, by the way.
Good. Okay.
And what else is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's just a gun anyway. So
just a gun until you need it.
Well, he can't move, so yeah.
Right.
Okay. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to have the gunfire because that's all it can do.
Mm-hmm.
And so he can do 3 dice at 5 against armor targets at short range, and there's only one guy he can see, which is this martyr right here. So it's going to be 3 dice at 5 against the martyr. Let's clear that out. 3 dice at 5.
You may want to explain why it's 3 dice at 5 instead of the 3 dice at 4 they're seeing with the Kestet.
Well, I can't use the Kestet, first of all, because it has a minimum range of 3. So
yeah, there's a black triangle on the Kestet.
Yeah,
and that black triangle means its minimum range is 3.
So I have to use the gun's actual ratings. Yeah. So it's 11, 3, 6 becomes 3 dice at 5 because I'm at point blank range. But I still only got 1 hit.
All right, so I get to roll, I think 1, right?
Yeah, 1 at 6.
1 at 6. All right, let's go 1 at 6. Bing. Oh, so close. All right, so he's already disrupted, I think. I think he's also already... Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
Another one for the dead pile.
Oh, wait.
What? You have a
wreck.
Have a wreck. Oh, get a second die. Okay, and this one's at 5.
Yeah.
No, it was a 3.
No.
Even though it was a crack 3, it was a 3. I put that a little close. Okay. So yeah, he's definitely... Well, he's no longer out of command. That solved that problem.
Yeah.
Thank you for the Rex, though, much as I didn't really want them.
Okay, let's see. What do you got here? Another martyr, huh?
Mm-hmm. In a city, so firing an anti-tank gun
Yep.
misled him. Well, you're within minimum range, so.
Well, my Sagger for the battalion is up here, so he's not
Oh,
shooting.
he doesn't have a line of sight.
Yeah, he doesn't have a line of sight to anybody.
Right.
These guys are beyond the hill, so
Right.
I
He's
can't see
basically
anybody in
looking,
the
the
blue.
only fire lane he had would be where the smoke is, and the smoke's
Yeah.
there. So.
But I do have 2 infantry platoons here, and I'm sorry, just the infantry and a BTR. Okay,
And that
so
infantry is not loaded into the BTR, just so everybody knows.
yeah, so let's start with the BTR. So he has 2. What the
One
heck
to
is that?
That's one to make 5.
Oh yeah.
Point blank, 1 to make 4.
Yeah, so he's going to fire 1 die at 4 against the infantry.
14.7.
He misses.
Oh, yes.
Which means then I'm going to go ahead and shoot with the infantry in the headquarters. 4 dice at 4.
That's different. Oh, ow. Ooh, ow, 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 ow,
One
ow,
die,
ow.
one
And
die
we're
defense.
sitting in
because
the
the
open, if I'm recalling correctly here.
No,
Yeah.
well, you have the wreck.
Oh, I have the Rex. All right, so, but yeah, I don't think I can.
You're
I
not
did save
concealed
one.
because you're adjacent.
That's 2, but I'm already disrupted and reduced,
Yeah.
so it's another one for the dead pile. Oh, we're dying quickly. This game could be over quickly. However, just so you guys know, I'm an old school gamer from Tactics 2 and stuff like that. I don't care if I'm dying. I continue to play the game because a lot of time, and this is something Jeff and I we enjoy, is that wargaming is as much a psychological game. You can beat your opponent if they give up.
Yeah.
I've been in situations like this many times with World War 5, which one of the things I like about it is you can look like you're losing and just stay in it, and the other guy can convince himself. The other can convince them that they're losing, and then you win.
Yeah, that brings up a good story. I used to have all the Europa games, right? And I remember reading in the magazine, somebody complained that why aren't there any morale rules in Fire in the East? And John Estelle's answer was, player morale really is sufficient. If you think you're losing,
right, then you're losing.
If the Germans are on the gates of Moscow, or the Germans got stuck, stuck at the Dvina River in Smolensk, and they think they can't win, that's your morale.
There gets to be a mathematical point where you realize you can't, but that's different.
Yeah.
That's having your hand forced. All right, so the guns fired.
Yeah,
the
and the
BTR's
infantry
fired. The infantry fired. They've cleared
Then
that.
and I'm gonna go over to this one over all the way on the left. And what do you got here? You got an infantry
in the rough.
Yeah. So you're going to get 1 die. So I might as well fire 1 die at 5.
I get 1 die for rough?
Ugh. Well, I missed anyways.
Yeah, I only get 1 die for rough. Okay.
I think we had this discussion last session.
We did. I actually went to the terrain effects chart this time.
Yeah. Okay, and that's all of the things my drivers. Excuse me.
Drivers.
Too much work this week.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's all I got for the blue.
Okay, next card. Aha!
Ooh, that's the guy that skipped.
The remaining Leo 2. Where is he?
Over here on the right.
Oh, my other.
And you have the headquarters, because the headquarters I brought it here.
Right, hang on.
Yeah.
This is him. Where is he? Oh, he's in this. Yeah, he's the only one left here. So.
Is he the only one? Okay.
Yeah, the other two are dead. I don't. Actually, you know something, Dev? Would you mind checking? I don't think they had any infantry to go with them.
No, honestly, I think they might have had
Everything else-
some, but I don't have the book available right.
Yeah, everything else I think was
Close.
attached to. I think this is it for these guys. So let me make his roll to recover from disruption, which is good because the HQ is there. And there we go. So he is undisrupted, sitting in these racks with this 120, just looking for a target. Cannot see this infantry out here. Can't see anything because of these second layer of cultivated. really do want to like get into a position to fire with him though. Now his move and fire, he only moves 5, so he can only move 2 and still shoot.
Well, he can move 5. He just loses 1 die.
Right. That's true. He can move 5, just lose a die. But I'd rather
Close range.
not
That's
lose
still 3 dice at 2,
yeah,
plus your headquarters.
I'd really rather not lose dice.
I don't know. 5 dice at 3 or 5 dice at 2 are better than anything I can put together.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, we chewed apart half of his reinforcing BMP battalion. So the question is, all right. So first of all, I don't have any line of sight to drop any indirect fire. I don't have reloads, so I'm going to go into actions. I think we're just gonna move. See what we can shoot at. So I just want to make sure stacking. That's my yeah, they block that road. Get off the road! Get off the freaking road!
You've had that problem for like the last 3 turns.
Well, yeah, because there's not a whole lot of room there, but got those 2 blocked. I got that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can shoot at somebody. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. HQ's coming with, but I'm going to do 1 at a time. So he goes from here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we will lose 1 die and shoot at the BTR with our HE. No, we'll shoot the HQ. I'm sorry, we'll shoot the infantry with our HE. Yeah, I wanted to do it the other way, but that's okay. Let me get my thing here. Repack that. Thank you. And then unpack this. Explode this stack. All right. So using the Alt key, I see I have 3 dice to make 5 with a range of 7. So point blank is 3, and we are at 3. So 3 dice to make 5 becomes 3 dice to make 4 against your infantry.
Including your headquarters.
3. Oh, including HQ gets 2 more. 3 plus 5. I think I mopped the hex up because excess hits can apply to the BTR because it's vulnerable to HE. So yeah, all right, but you get 1 for the you get 1 for the woods.
I got 1.
You saved 1. Okay, so instead of 5, there's 4. So that got rid of him. If it had been 5, it would have been worse. But yeah, so he's disrupted, right, with the 4th hit.
Yeah. Yep.
And then the HQ we checked for. There was a unit loss, so there's a +2 modifier to the HQ roll. So if he rolls a 1, he's fine. Anything else, and he's reduced.
Oh, almost.
He's reduced. Okay, now he's not suppressed. He's reduced. If he'd already been reduced and reduced again, then he's suppressed. That's a subtlety that gets lost. People are like, oh, the HQ, the result is that he's lost. No, the result is that he's reduced. So, okay, so he's got a BTR that's disrupted. You got your disrupted marker?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
And
I did put it. I did put it on the BTR. Yes.
And a wreck marker.
Okay. Oh, and a Rex marker, yes.
I was actually hoping that, there was, 4 or 5 hits. We could have 3 unanswered and start a 5. No fire.
We had 4 unanswered.
Yeah.
So we
did.
Fire.
So there is.
Yeah, we did.
There is fire. See?
Devin's lighting up. He's not a firebug.
No, not at all.
All right, I'm gonna roll a green die because it's not because it's calm. I mean, it should be a red die, but because it's terrain and the numbers are the same. If you roll a 5, the hex becomes rubble, and if you roll a 6, a fire is started. So let me scroll over there so I can see while Jeff's doing that. I will roll the fire die. Oops, I rolled a blue one. And a 5.
There we go.
Okay, that hex is rubbled, so we got to find a rubble marker.
Yep.
Devin. And that actually made it harder. It gave him better defense. It makes it harder to take that hex. On the other hand, he really doesn't have anything left. So he's got, what has he got? He's got a couple of 14.7 machine guns.
I can move some reinforcements in.
You can. But he can't move vehicles into it because it doesn't have a road. That's one thing. When you have rubble, unless you have a road, and you can't do it. And you can't clear a road here. So there's a cleared marker for rubble that clears the road. But there's no road in this hex. So this disrupted hex here. I'm going to do that for hopefully it shows up that people can see. I'm not sure.
Here, let me move this stuff out of the way.
Just explode it, or you can do that.
Well, I like to lock it down.
Yep,
Right.
because it's not something that can be changed.
That's true. So that is now terrain on the map. And one thing about Blood and Fury, a little advertising. Jeff did these. He's our monster scenario maker, our master monster scenario maker. And one of the scenarios is I think it's the full 8 maps that has. Or no, I guess it's 4 maps, but it's terrain that's been fought over already within our timeline. And so there's a lot of rubble and burnt out markers to place before you actually start the game. So it literally changes the nature of the map. And this is something you can do in any scenario, is throw down some random rubble and burnout markers. And burnout go on like woods and cultivated if you're Devin. And rubble goes on and this is after fire, I mean. You obviously can put a rubble on a woods hex too, but generally they're for cities. So wow, okay, we've got some rubble. Excellent. That's it for them. Let me grab an ops complete while you guys grab the next card. I'm going to restack this too because the guy underneath.
And I did put in the end of ops card because that formation didn't activate last turn, so we needed to hold out the end of ops cards until that formation activated. It activated. I re-put that in the end of ops card into the deck so it can end. Right. And oh look, who goes again?
Oof.
Yeah, category solo game table says you have to play it to the end. You never know when the dice gods will smile on you. This is truth.
No, my personal morale check fails long before that could even be a potential possibility.
Oh, you were in the Leo twos, huh?
Oh yeah, I have a very low PMC, so
PMC.
Oh, that comes from my old squad leader days. My personal.
Yeah, as soon as you said it, I remembered that as personal morale check. Okay, next card, please.
It was the same formation again.
Oh, same formation. Oh, let me take that off then. Okay, I should have left the other one on because the other unit in there. All right, so now I can come bursting through the smoke and kill that T-80.
Unless he, shoots you with opportunity fire.
It's possible. It's always possible. What am I going to do? Well, if the smoke disappears next turn, it's not that.
Yeah, at the end of the turn, all that thinning smoke goes away.
Yeah. Well, there's only one way to defeat terrain, and that's to assault. So I think we're going to do that. Which is a silly thing to do because there's going to be so much fire coming out. So
didn't you already lose a few Leos to assault combat?
I did, but I really do want to clear this hex. So
yeah, but I have infantry up above you.
You do, but there's rubble now. Can I move in? I guess I just said I can't move in rubble, didn't I?
No, I forget. You'll have to look at the
I'm
train effects. I thought it was 3 rubble.
Let me flip this card. It doesn't flip. Oh, it's a next page thing. And it says rubble is 3 for ground vehicles, no roads.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's different. Okay,
yeah, so you can spend 3.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
All right, with the HQ. Can't drop it off here. Let me make sure I put this because this martyr is done. And let's take a look at this. All right, I've got 4 to make 4, which I will roll. 3.
And I get 2 at 6.
2 at 6. Ah! Marmy. Fine, you die. I will take your disrupted marker.
That's fine.
So now I'm in the rubble. Get the die. +1. Well, no, not it replaces the woods. So. Oh, wait, there's Rex in there too, though.
Yeah, there's a Rex in there.
Why is that a teeny tiny Rex?
Oh, it probably got shrunk.
Yeah, I shrunk it so you could still see the rubble underneath.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It's the convenient thing about Tabletop Simulator. You can resize the counters.
Yeah, on the fly here. So, all right. So there we go. They're done. Next formation. Blue. Okay, that's these guys over here. And they've gone once already. And they have their mortar finally in position. And I think, don't they have the Lukes too? No, the Lukes is for the green. That's everything for them. So I'm going to zoom in on my personal screen here. And
in this scenario, the the card ratio really is kind of
crunchy.
More favorable in this for NATO than in a lot of the other scenarios.
But the numbers is definitely
the mass,
favoring the Soviets.
The mass is obviously offsets that. But the Soviets still have
right.
to have a bit of fortitude.
Yes, you definitely have to have fortitude. But there's so many things to shoot at here. There's a T-64 back here. So this is a BTR here, T-64 here, T-80 here, BMP-2 with the HQ, which is definitely the target I want. And then just to make sure here. So the first thing I'm going to do is roll to undisrupt this guy, though. So he's a 7 plus 1 is 8. 1, 2 dice.
Oh, are you assigning the HQ to him or to the infantry?
To the infantry. Sorry. Oh, no. Right. No, we'll just take the regular one. Well, he didn't make it anyway, so.
Yeah.
He rolled 11. So he's still disrupted. So, yeah, I should have assigned it first. I don't want to drop any off-board indirect fire just yet. Oh, I could. I truly could. Maybe I will. Okay, so we're gonna make a move, guys. We're gonna make a move. We're gonna use this last smoke, and this may be dumb. Oh wait, that's your smoke. You use my last.
No,
smoke.
no. Make sure you mark off his smoke.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, I'm zoomed in on the map, so I would have never known.
Right, exactly. We're dropping the fire for effect here.
You can't see there.
Hmm?
You can't see there.
Oh, shoot.
The hill hex in
Yeah,
D13?
even I know that with the hex and 013.
Even I know that. I like that. It's not where I meant to do it, though. It's here.
Oh, okay. You just put it in the wrong hex.
Yeah. All right. So then we roll for scatter. Oh, of course I roll a 6. So direction top of your screen, if you're watching, is 1. And
direction 1.
So it goes direction 1. Then we roll a second die. And so a 1, 2, or 3, and it stays put. 4 or 5, it goes another hex. 6, it dissipates because it's check fire. It stays right there. Okay. So now I'm going to take my 3 smoke markers.
I don't think of it so much as check fire as more as it was so dissipated and scattered all over the place to be ineffective.
Right. So then we do this and this. And if we're in the smoke, he can't see us. And this. No, I can't see him. That's all right. No, we're going to drop that. We're going to take 2 turns to do this. Why did I do this, guys? Because now I have visually blocked the bridge. This engineer. This is sudden death if I get this Leo 2 into this hex. Is that right? Or is it this hex? One of these 2 hexes.
But the engineer hex.
It's the engineer hex. So I am 3 hexes from victory. I have just cut him off from visual support from the north side of the river. Does not mean there's not a whole crap ton of stuff on the south side of the river.
Yeah, I feel like Grand Moff Tarkin being informed there is a danger.
Evacuate at this. Exactly right. There is a danger. That's totally appropriate. So actually, I did that completely wrong because I dropped it. Well, no, it scattered. So yeah, I can drop it there. If it hadn't scattered, I would have put it like across this way, which would be, and nobody could see my cursor. I would have put it across this way because I had to, but because it's scattered here, I am allowed to do this. So that was a lucky scatter. So that was my 1 offboard. I could do a second offboard artillery, and I think I will. I will use my last HE.
Yep.
To hit this T-80. No, to hit the engineers. On the bridge.
Can't. You remember you're using the blue formation.
Right, I'm sorry. To hit the T-80, that's 2 hexes away that I can see. I'm crazy. It's, but now you know what I want. All right, 1 die 6. 6 is a scatter. It is on time and on target. It's
Ain't never been that yet.
Oh, it was the first time. So there we go. So this is 3 dice to make 4 on the offense. 3. Boink. 1. Only 1. Now, again, by the strict rules of artillery, and there's a lot of people who house rule this, but we do not, because we found out in playtesting it's really balanced. Just don't put your tanks in the open, but sometimes they have to be like this.
Yeah.
And in this case, so he's got 1 for being armor. That's 1 to make 5, and then terrain. So instead of having 4 to make 5, he's 1. So he takes the 1 hit. He's disrupted. So see, that wasn't so bad.
No.
However, it takes him out of my hair. And
well, it also opens you up for an easier close assault.
Yes, definitely for an easier close assault. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to drop into the action phase for blue, and I am going to fire my mortars as HE on top of the HQ here.
You'll have to designate a spotter because your HQ has used up its 2 spotter.
But that's for offboard.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
There we go. Yeah, they got a guy with binoculars just for that. So I'm going to drop... This is actually an indirect fire, onboard indirect fire. It is subject to scatter, therefore, if it were a direct fire, we're not. And it scatters. What is my scatter? That's 2. Mm-hmm. And it goes direction 3.
Which is right on the T-80s.
Which is right on the T-80s. And we roll again. And a check fire. So, thank you.
Oh, that was
well, there you go. Yeah, well, you got lucky on that one. We've had that happen before, though. I mean, the one I tell often is I was playing. We were playing at WBC, and my partner who was playing me came up and he. Well, I'm sorry. I think I assaulted him, but he was in M1, sitting in woods, and this infantry. I mean, the artillery dropped on him, and it was on time. It was on target, and he's like, "Oh my god!" And he rolled a 6. It was friendly fire. That's what it was. He dropped artillery right in front of him. It was like final protective fire because there was infantry charging him. It scattered onto himself, and then it rolled a 6 the second time. We're like, "Check fire! Check fire! Check fire!" And one drops the spotting rounds going around it. All right. That's so annoying. However, now the mortar is ops complete. Okay, so the question becomes, am I going to assault here? He is disrupted, so I'm going to take a minimum of fire. I'm going to assault here.
Okay.
So
yeah, 2 at 6?
2 at 6, and I've got 2 at 4. And I get 1.
And I get 1.
And you get 1. So I lose. I have
But
to go
I'm
back
dead.
the heck I'm in.
You don't have to retreat because I'm dead.
Oh, you're dead. Oh, well, there you go.
But you are disrupted.
But Keith is still disrupted, yep.
Yeah, but you don't have to worry about reloading your missiles anymore. So that HQ is automatically suppressed. And if it weren't reduced, it would be reduced. Let me make sure I hit this repack. And there he is, and he's ops complete.
Need to put a wreck in there.
Yes, you do. You just drop it on there. I'll take care of it. Splody. And then we kind of
Keith likes exploding the stacks and manipulating the counter stack that way.
I like exploding like this because I can see what I'm doing.
Again, huge props to Mr. Mango Feats out there for developing that script for Hex and Counter play.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to shoot at the BTR with the Martyr here. With the HE, doesn't matter. Yeah, HE's better. So, okay. So the HE is 2 dice to make 5 from the 20 millimeter. So it is not point blank range. So it's just 2 to make 5. Oh, I got 1. And you have 1 to make
1 at 6, 1 at 5.
You have 1 at 6, 1 at 5. Yes. 2 at 5.
Oh, they both.
Okay. Yeah, Rex and cultivated. Oh no, you don't get anything for cultivated.
No, I don't get cultivated.
Yeah, so one at 6,
right?
1 at 5.
All right. 6.
6 is the red one that misses, and the 5 is the terrain die, and that misses. Okay, so he's disrupted. So now the pièce de la résistance. So that's for the French module. Not to Nicholas. So we have this disrupted T80. And I can either shoot him at 3 to make 5, or assault him at 3 to make 4. I'm going to assault. So again, I'll take this. I don't believe anybody can shoot at me. Yeah. So there we go. HQ is with him, of course. All right, let's do this assault. Again, I have 3 to make 4 with the HQ, and I see 1, 2 hits. All right.
That's enough. 2 at 6.
Uh-huh.
You still got 1. Oh my god, I'll take the disrupt marker. I guess you're still disrupted, but now you have to retreat.
How many hits you got? 2, right?
You got.
I got 2.
Yeah.
So now, you're
I'm dead.
Oh, you're dead. Wait, you were. Oh, you were already.
It was disrupted. Yep.
Oh, there we go. Another one. All right, so I need another Rex. Just drop.
Here you go.
Fun. Move that there. Move that there. We drop him there. And we are correctly stacked, except helps complete marker. That's everybody for. I could move him. Because, well, no, the T-64. Well, the T-64 can't see him. He can move here. And they've got smoke. So this is what's going to happen. This guy's going to go 1, 2,
Yep.
3.
The Sager on top of the hill can see him.
Oh,
I can see K12.
He can see him. He can't see him here, right?
No.
Right. And
Yeah, the hill and M13 blocks.
All right.
There.
Yeah, he's going to stay there. But he wanted to make some progress. So.
Okay, so this is going to trigger a little bit of a discussion and a debate on disrupted units moving towards known enemy units. Technically, those are known enemy units because you can see them from other units. However, that's not really the way that mechanic works now, is it?
No, it's also not quite what it represents. Disruption, disruption says, yeah, you kind of want to get out of line of sight. You don't care where the enemy is. Right? It's not a major thing. It can become that quickly, obviously. But moving out of line of sight is the key thing. There's a T-64 there, and I'm a disrupted martyr. Do I want to stay there? No. Where's the, I'm moving forward. I just angle right. Could I have gone backwards? Yes. Do I have to go backwards? No. And of course, my captain's probably like, you need to keep moving. He's not moving forward as quickly as he wants because disrupted means he's going to try and do it much more cautiously than he usually does. And you can see the result of that. Instead of going 4 hexes, 3 hexes, I got to go 1. So it's an effect that's sort of built in by behavior rather than having another rule for it. Well, it is a rule, but so yeah, the thing is that if I move back into line of sight, first of all, I can get shot at, which is a real risk when you're disrupted, as we just said. Second of all, that's as far as I can go. So again, you are restricted as to where you can go when you're disrupted. It's not meant to be like in other games where, there's a specific amount of casualty. It could just be like, my radio's not working. We're going to use hand signals until, whatever happens. Or maybe the radio's not working right now, but then it's working 3 hexes from now. Or whatever, there's a million different things it could be, as we always go over when people are like, well, how do you M kill a tank without K killing a tank? Easy.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the way that works. Next card, please. Ugh.
Hey, let's get some response.
T-64s.
Oh, it's just
T-64s. Yeah, where are you going to put your HQ?
I just
Wait till that tornado comes. Those tornadoes come back.
I just want to point out that this Schulte is 6 movement points to the Leo 2 hex. And so unfortunately, it has only 5. But if this Schulte had 6, I thought it was a T-64 underneath the headquarters, but I forgot that I had the Schulte. But if this Schulte had 6 movement points, he'd be heading towards your Leo 2.
There you go. It is a calculated risk, but it could be a game winner. Somebody's going to argue that I think the victory conditions say if a Leo 1 or a Leo 2 enter that hex, didn't say it wasn't in the middle of an assault.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with there is a movement portion to the assault, and there is an assault portion of the assault. And the movement portion ends when you begin to enter the target hex. So technically it's an assault in the target hex and not a move. And so you haven't moved in there until you win.
However, the rules don't really say that.
Yes, they do.
Do they?
Well, I'm just lodging it down. It's like, there is a movement portion and an assault portion to the assault action. So if you're in the assault part of it, you haven't moved into that hex. You've assaulted into that hex. Words matter. Now, if you lose, you're kicked out of that hex and have to retreat. And now, once again, you haven't actually executed any portion of an assault move, or the move portion of the assault into the hex, or done a move and fire into the hex. You have to actually, but if you win, you get to keep the hex. That's the point of assault. And anybody who argues, well, I moved in, I win, it's like, you got to win it. If you're assaulting, you need to win that assault.
So all the green units are within range for command. So first move is going to be here. 1,
I don't think I have anything that can see down there, do I?
3.
Wait. Go back to where you came around the smoke. You haven't come around the smoke. You're still
right here.
Okay, hang on for a second there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, go ahead.
3. 2 shots at 3 against the Leo. 1 hit.
Okay, and I
So you
have
got 4, 5, 6. You're going to get 6.
I have 4.
You're maxed out at 6.
I have 4 for the armor, 1 for the rubble, 1 for the Rex. So that's 6 dice to make 5. So I'm just going to roll green ones.
Yeah, you got that.
Not a problem. Patang, patang. Did you mark your mops complete?
I will. Oh. Whatever. Okay, anyways, the T-64 here, same shot. 2 hits.
Oh. All right, same defense.
Ugh.
There we go. 3 saves. Nice grouping, though.
Mm-hmm. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 at 3.
Jeez.
So if you get this, you earned it. Oh, just made
Only
it.
have 1.
Just made it. I had somebody who hadn't
2,
fired yet, but apparently I don't.
3,
Wait,
4, 5.
Go back. No, where were you? Top of the hill? Nope. I can't see you. Yeah, keep going. I can't stop you.
4, 5, 6.
Oh, here we go.
So I have 3 at 4.
And I have 4 at 6.
Yeah.
God, I got nothing.
I got 1.
That's all it took. All right, so he's reduced.
And retreats.
And actually, I think I accidentally unreduced your HQ.
Hey, I had a boost in morale. They should leave it there.
No. You got to roll that on the battlefield events table. And then my HQ I need to roll for. It was only reduced, so 1 to 3, he's fine. He's fine. All right, but I have to retreat, so I'm going to pull all this out. Nice neat stack. Okay, so I have to retreat in one of the 3, primarily in one of the 3 hexes opposite to the hex you entered.
Yeah.
So technically I could go here, except it's adjacent to an enemy unit. I could go, basically I think he's dead because he's adjacent to enemy units because of this gun position.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I believe so.
Yeah, because I can't retreat here.
Yep.
Because you came in from this hex here, is that right?
Yep.
All right, so he's dead. Well, that was easy.
Well done, Major.
Yeah, Major
Really,
earned his
that was easy.
spurs.
I just used a whole company of tanks to try.
You did. It's a 3-1 NATO thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I was disrupted.
Actually, it was 4-1. I shot with the whole company and then came in with another platoon. So, okay. So then these guys, this guy, I guess he's gonna try to and get you guys. Put a stop to you.
We'll put a stop to you. You're not the boss of me.
So my question is, do I want to use 2 dice at 3 or 2 dice at 4 against the infantry? Well, let's go here. I'll still be at short range for... What's this guy here? Oh, that's infantry too. What's this guy? Oh, there's a martyr. We'll hit the martyr. So, 3 dice at 4 becomes 2 dice at 3 short point blank range and moving fire. 1 hit.
Wait, who are you shooting at?
This guy right here.
This guy here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he's got just the one to make 6, right? All right. Pink. Miss. What'd you get, 1?
Yeah, 1 hit.
All right, so he's reduced.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think just for the sake of argument, he's going to run down here at 5 or 4. Regardless, it's over half. 1, 2, 3. We'll fire 1 die at 4 against the infantry.
The lead guy here?
Yeah.
Is that? Okay.
Nope.
All right. Woohoo!
We're going to move.
More of them.
Yeah, we're going to move. He's going to do, and he'll do the same target. They ran too fast. Okay. So now let me put some ops complete markers on these guys. Oops. Okay, we're all set.
Next card. Firing is thick and fast. Battlefield event.
Ooh.
All right. You want to roll, or did I roll, or you roll?
You can roll.
All right. I don't know. Roll the neutral green dice. 8.
You're gonna have to roll for side. I think it was a high speed.
High rate of fire.
High rate of fire. Oh, okay.
That's you. Oh boy, now we're in trouble. So this is a crisis point because now I'm running out of units, and if he picks the right formation, he's gonna ripple fire, and all those hits, those ones he missed, now they're gonna be at full strength instead of moving fire. So this could actually be it. If I lose a company's worth, I don't have another company to reinforce it.
Yeah.
You're short night, guys. Sorry.
I think the T-64s are going to have to come back. I do have to roll for this one all the way on the left. So, let's see. 2 dice at 6.
Yeah, you do that. Give me a second. I gotta run, and I'll be right back.
Notice how he runs when he realizes the scenario might be over at this point.
You may say that. I couldn't possibly comment. Oh, but These grenadiers do seem to be in a bit of a crossfire at this point.
Open and exposed, you mean?
Yeah. So, like I said, what was another Star Wars quote? This will be a great day for the Empire. You'll see the destruction of the West Germans.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay, where are we?
Okay. The T-64s are going to go on a rampage.
So for all you people who despair of, oh yeah, the Soviets, they never get any activations. When they activate, if you're in the right position, watch what happens. No, I did not do this intentionally. It's just that I'm a gambler, and Jeff knows that, so that's why I gambled
Yes.
with the O2s.
And I warned you.
He did. Honestly, he did. He's like, do you really want to do that? I'm like, you're the enemy. We're not taking your advice.
Okay.
Oh,
so
an
we got-
assault. I thought he was going to shoot at him.
You're disrupted, so I'm not really
hang
too
on,
worried.
hang on. Can he even assault in this?
Why?
Because this is an event high rate of fire.
Oh, it's high rate of fire.
It's out of fire. So yeah,
Right.
what are the
Activate
actions you can do?
You're right. I can
direct
only fire.
fire, indirect, onboard artillery, not
okay.
fire.
So guys, what's happening is this is a battlefield event, and the battlefield events, when you get an activation, sometimes it's cautious approach, cautious fire, high rate of fire means you're basically getting a regular activation, except the number, instead of the 5 actions you're normally allowed to choose from for your units, you only get a restricted number that characterize the event. So in this case, it's a high rate of fire. So you get the fire actions, but you don't get the move actions. So you don't get assault. So you can't like move or assault, and which is what just happened. And you don't get move and fire, and you don't get move. You just get onboard indirect fire, direct fire. Oh no, you do get move and fire, don't you?
Not for this.
No, not for this. It's just
no
onboard
moving
indirect fire and direct fire.
Just direct fire, onboard indirect fire.
All right. You just get 2 of the 5.
Cautious advance and high speed approach were the ones that allow moving fire.
Right. So he's the advantage here is he's getting another activation. The disadvantage is he doesn't get to choose anything to do. He just gets to shoot at anything he can see, which is a lot. Good thing for the smoke.
Yeah. So basically these two guys, I have 2 shots here at 3 dice at 4 against this guy. They have 1 defense with the wreck. So
Be 3 dice at 5. There's no armored units in there.
3 dice at 4.
3 dice
I'm
at
at point
5.
blank range.
Not
3 dice
with-
at 5 becomes 3 dice at 4 because it's point blank range. Range is only
It's
3.
point blank range.
Oh, it is
Range
point blank
6,
range.
and it's at 4.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right. I'm sorry.
So yeah, his
Hooray!
HP range is 6. It's at 3.
2 hits.
2 hits. Oh crap! And
I'm not
don't
used to
hit
high
anything, right?
explosive reaching out to 6Xs.
I don't get anything, do I?
Yeah, the
I have the
wreck.
Rex. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I roll 1 green for a 5 or 6, and I get a 5. So that's 1.
Okay.
Well, he's dead. Oh, he's reduced.
He's reduced.
Okay. Now my HQ, I have to roll.
Yep.
And a 1 to 3, and he's okay. He did not, so he is now reduced. But because he's already
He's
reduced, he's suppressed. So let's throw him in that box.
Okay, and the platoon underneath is going to fire at the same target. He has 1 hit. And you have 1 die defense.
All right. And he's dead.
Whoops.
Ah.
Don't know how I did that, but I have the headquarters stack here. They can see this stack here.
Wow.
Now,
Wait.
So-
Who's HQ in the woods there?
HQ in the rubble.
Is firing at
Right here.
right in front of him. I thought you
Yeah.
picked up something on the hill right in front of him. Yeah.
Okay,
Now there's
so,
there is a Rex there which is obscuring, but you need 2 Rex or 2 obscuring in order to actually block it. That's
so this is 4 dice at 3.
And Jeff just popped on saying, hey.
Hey, how's it going, Jeff? This may be over, Jeff, and maybe a little late. And we'll show you the casualties in a bit. So I've got 1 to make 5 for the terrain and 1 to make 6 for my martyr.
Yeah.
We roll a martyr to make a 6. Yes! And terrain to make a 5 or 6. No! How many hits did you get?
Just 2, so he's disrupted.
All right, so he's disrupted. So I'll drop the disrupted marker here. You have a second guy in there?
Nope, just the one.
Okay, one's enough.
That's it for the turn.
All right, next card. So that was the battlefield event,
Yep.
which was really good for him. Oh, it's getting worse.
Okay, the BMPs.
Yeah, I'm going to
Let's see
lay
what
out the casualties just
back.
for this turn.
Okay, so I have to place the HQ because I did not do that when I.
And Jeff's asking, you guys have been at this one for a bit. Well, about an
This is.
hour
I mean,
today.
I made a pretty critical gamble and lost. So this could be it because once I get to a point where I don't have enough infantry, then I'm not. I'm out of artillery at this point. Mortar aside. And I did start to mop up, but then he got a good counterattack.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure. I might be able to do something with it, but I'd have to expend my last armored reserves to do that.
I have to check command on this guy, so 2 dice at 6.
So the orange guys are Jeff's reinforcing motorized rifle battalion that came on last turn.
Yeah.
And he came on, and we ripped about a company of 3. So I think we blew away a company.
Did we get rally this stack here?
It felt like a company, but I guess we got his supporting tanks is what we got, and one of the BMPs. So he's still got a lot left, but he kind of went scrambling into the town where you see him moving. He's like, "Oh, let's get out of the firing line here." So
we have a nice little river crossing here.
Well, now you do, yeah. But at the time, you're like, "Oh, get out of the way." But that was our Mandalorian, and now he's in position.
Advanced river crossing capabilities.
That's right. So, and I say to people a lot, this is a game of position. I was in position to attack his BMPs when they came on, and I took as much advantage of that as I could. I think I got 2 or 3 units. But now he's in position to reinforce his bridgehead. Did you use the BMPs to go across the river on the bridge?
Amphibiouusly.
Or amphibiouusly, right. He's allowed to go amphibiouusly.
That's why they're stopping there.
Yeah.
Takes the entire movement to do a river crossing, correct?
Correct. And to the next card, not very exciting, but it is what it is.
Well, we've only got 3 cards left, and we haven't pulled an end turn yet. Oh boy.
Is anybody left of the recon?
I don't know. Well, there's no, I don't think
the
there's
headquarters is suppressed. Here's the one guy.
No, the T-80 that wasn't across the. He's like, where are the rest of my guys? No, you're it.
So,
how many starfighters are there, including you? Yes, 1.
Well, that was a quick activation.
Oh, there you go. Next.
Well, there's only 2 cards left.
It should be 2 end ops.
End ops.
There you go. We had a full turn, and we did. So, Dev, if you wouldn't mind going over to the casualty side. The problem here that I'm having, speaking of personal morale checks, is if we look at the West German losses, and if you wouldn't mind zooming in to blow that up.
Oh, I'm definitely zoomed in and blowed up.
He's like, oh, casualties? Yeah, definitely zooming in on that. Mm-hmm. The stuff on the left outside of the box is what I lost this turn. Assuming, well, actually didn't lose this. That's still in play.
The second half of this turn, really.
Right, but I lost another company. And I lost the last of my Leo 2s. That's 4 Leo 2s. Now I have 3 Leo 1s left. Or 2 Leo 1s left, because they have infantry that swapped out for a platoon. But yeah, it's kind of tight here. Plus 1 is... My HQ on my left flank is suppressed. I still have a firepower advantage on the left as we look at the map, once we come back to the map. My Leo 1s, however, are back here. That's part of the problem is, I can cover a lot of terrain, but I need to get them forward. They're my last striking power, and now the T-64s have the very position in the middle that I wanted.
Yeah.
And a lot of this smoke just disappeared, which is okay because he's down on the ground now. There's a Sager up here. It doesn't concern me too much, but it's concerning. Part of the reason I have my infantry there is maybe just somehow suppress that. And I had a fire lane down the middle here toward the bridge. I mean, all I had to do is, take out that engineer, but then all these tanks came out of nowhere. Yeah, it's like the Soviets have, a good number of cards, and then they've got some good pulls. Soviets, it's position and patience. You got to wait for it. But when you get it, you got to jump on it, which Jeff's good at. Especially when you get close, people are like, oh, the Soviets and everything is like, we can't move. It's like, yeah, you can actually, because if you get within assault or point blank range, you have a lot more guys. That's where numbers tell.
Well, and when you have a T-64 with armor of 3/6 against a Leo 2 that shoots at 4/3 and has 4/5 armor, assault combat's a no-brainer. If you can do it. Well, and then that's the advantage that I have.
All right, so we continuing?
Yeah, sorry, my mic.
All right,
no
problem. These guys are in
turn 5, right?
The headquarters are suppressed, right?
Well, let's go to turn 5.
Yep.
We took off all the auto commands and all that other stuff, right? Okay.
Yeah, but you had a couple HQs that were on the turn track, which actually should be suppressed.
Well, they're now available.
No, they're now available.
Yeah.
Right. So my blue is available, and your guys there are available. This Milan I just have over here because it just reminded me.
It hasn't
right.
popped up yet. All right. And we're going to get 2 in-turn cards right off the bat.
Yeah, I'm catching up on comments. Jeff, yes, absolutely. The M1s can readily handle the BMPs as long as they get the first shot.
So the light green T-64.
Yep, and the first one is Jeff's T-64s again.
Oh, man. So they start this counterattack, they get another shot, and now they get to finish their work. Now, if they clear what I think they're going to clear, I don't think I have much of a chance. And we were talking about personal morale check earlier. I was like, I will keep going to the end, but I don't want to waste anybody's time either.
I will move my headquarters to here. And we're just going to start firing away. So, first, I got to roll for command for this. So, let's see.
He was laughing at firing away. I was crying, so I muted my mic.
Okay, so start on the left-hand side, the T-64 is going to fire at this mark.
The thing that shocks me about this particular scenario is how many shots have been tank on IFV.
Yeah.
The BMP is like, yeah, we're going to be out here. There's tanks shooting at us. What are we doing out here?
I mean, honestly, there's not like there's been many opportunities for him to shoot at your tanks.
Well, that's true. All right, so the Martyr gets
my infantry have been getting them. Okay, so you had
and one. The Martyr gets 1 for 6 and misses the 6 and 1 for 5, which he makes. So I saved 1.
You get another 5 because of you're concealed.
Oh, thank you, concealment. So concealment, guys. I want to go over concealment because Jeff is the king of. I'm sorry, Jeff Schulte, but Jeff Hexey, you're gonna learn this. Jeff Schulte is the king of remembering his concealment die. So concealment is if you are in blocking terrain, which means woods or city, and you do not have an ops complete marker, and someone shoots at you, you get an extra die for concealment as a defensive bonus. Now, that's aside from if your armor, light or heavy armor, the maximum number of defensive dice you can have is 2. But having 2 versus having 1 plus your armor is a big deal. For light armor, not so much, but that's where the whole green die with a 5 or 6 for the latest version of the rules comes in.
Yeah.
So that actually saved me. That one hit from the thing. I didn't get the second one, but it's really, really useful. That's one thing. If the Soviets are not on the move and they're defending like here, suddenly they all have an extra die when they're sitting in the woods. And you're like, oh. And if you're a soft target, you absolutely you can have as many dice as you want. There's as many dice are there. So if there's like a city and Rex and concealment and I guess that's it. But that's 3 where you had none before. So all right. So I'm sorry, I interrupted.
Okay.
Here you go.
This one on the right is firing at this Martyr. So it's going to be again 3 dice at 3. 3 hits. And again, you'll have one at 6 and 2 at 5.
Mm-hmm. And again, it's 2 at 5 because 1 is for concealment. And it doesn't matter if you're disrupted, you still get concealment. So 1 at 6. I get the blue die. Ooh, a save. And 2 at 5. Another. Ooh, wow, 3 saves.
Wow.
All right.
Okay. Fair enough. 1, 4. And then we'll do 1 die at 3.
He counted that as 4 for movement because it's a rubble hex now.
And
You
I
missed.
missed.
Yay! And what had happened was, for those who may not have been here, is that I fired the Leos at the hex where he's moving in there, and I killed the thing in there with 4 unanswered hits. So we rolled for fire or rubble. It rolled a 5 on a die 6. That's rubble. That's why that hex turned into rubble. And you can rubble a woods hex. You can rubble a city hex. Or start a fire, which clears everything out anyway, so it's worse than rubble. But in the end, it'll end up as burnt out or rubble.
The HQ1 platoon is going to hit this dark green martyr. So I'm going to be at 4 at 3.
Oh, thank you, Jeff. Jeff Hex.
3 hits.
I try to explain things well, because it's like, if you don't explain things well, people go, well, you said this. All right, what are we doing here?
You took 3 hits on the dark green martyr, and you get 1 die at 6.
So we're talking this.
That guy, yep.
Yeah, that guy. Okay. So I'm trying to get my tab key working for. There we go. This one. He's sitting in the open, right?
Yep.
1 to make 6. No. How many hits did you get?
3.
All right, he's dead. So we just trade him for a Rex marker. Now, he's not in any kind of terrain, so he's not in cultivated, and he's not in woods, and he's not in city, so there's no chance of a fire.
That makes me sad.
The second platoon here.
Our pet pyro here.
All those wasted unanswered hits.
Yeah, right.
Is going to hit
I like to explode it. Say, all right, so this is a reduced martyr that's disrupted already. He's only going to take 1 hit if he gets it.
2 hits.
2 hits, and he's basically got the 1. He's going to die anyway, but we'll roll. Like I said, I roll. So it's 1 to make 6. For the sake of argument, there we go. He is dead. Is there a Rex in there already? No. I'll grab a Rex. Oh, you grab a Rex. Okay.
Yep.
Just drop it on the tray.
Oh yeah, that's right.
There you go. And then I will put the tray back. All right, this is a typical World War 85 battlefield. Hopefully, closer to the end of the thing. This is the middle, and unfortunately, a lot of those wrecks are mine. And a lot of those wrecks are his, but a lot of those wrecks are mine.
Yeah.
All right, so any more of those guys? Those T-64s? I think that's everybody, right?
I think. Well, I have.
You got the guy under the engineers by the bridge.
Yeah, and the Schulte. I have to roll for these guys.
So I want to show you what he's looking at here.
They didn't make it, so
Yeah,
okay.
he's making, so
So let's keep this there. Let's take.
Yeah, I forgot to take the Alps complete off so he can move.
And see, now this guy's gonna have to go around because the engineer hex is fully stacked. So it's
Right.
2.
This hex is fully stacked, which I ran into too. I had a couple of hexes I was blocking my own advance. Bad tactics on my part. That's as far as he can go, I think. Unless he goes across the hit. 6. Yeah, that would be 6, but that's 5.
Okay. There we go. Next card.
All right. Moving quickly. Dying fast. And ops, that's the first. Woohoo! Ah! Freaking BMPs. With
Okay, so-
laser beams.
Roll for a command on this guy.
Want to move your headquarters first?
Maybe, but it's not going to affect this. No, I don't need to. That's fine. This guy. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Stop there. I'm going to fire.
Oh, damn it.
So we got this guy up on the hill for this reason. All right. So this guy here on the right, on my right flank, there's 2 cultivators. He can't see. The guy on the ground here He's got 2 cultivated. He can't see, but that guy up here, I think I might have you, but I might not because of this woods.
Where checks are you in?
Hang on. I'm in hex number 1 there is what it says.
Oh, there.
Right. I'm in
Well,
that.
why didn't the other guy just fire at him? He has this clear shot.
Oh, wait, he's on the hill too. He has a clear shot too. But I want to check the line of sight on the HQ here. Yeah, he clears it. Excellent. Okay, so I can use either, but in this case, because I believe you do have a passenger, is that the idea?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have a passenger, I'm shooting. So I'm going to switch to HQ.
Pick up something.
I want to try and... Oh, there's
Oh,
2
oh.
BMPs.
Oh,
I
didn't mean
definitely
to
want to shoot that with my HQ. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the range, so it is not point blank. However, I do get 6 dice to make 5. So I'm going to roll 6 to make 5. And I see 1.
Okay, so, and I get 2 dice, 1 for the woods, 1 for the armor.
And they're both 5, so he rolls them together.
And
he saves 1. All right. Well, it was worth a shot, that's for sure. I did put them up there for that reason.
I forgot about them because they were off my screen. I'm zoomed in too much.
Right. But unfortunately.
Okay, so the rest of the battalion is going to move into a reserve position. Oh, we want everybody going.
That's because the nose of the battalion is getting harassed. Like, well, why don't we move into reserve? What? Because the nose is not coming back.
Oh, I got to roll for the rally that guy. He's rallied.
Oh, he made it.
Yeah. 1, 2, 4.
Now, having that, again, his position, just having those BMPs there, and I'm basically at the end of my rope because I have no more smoke, I have no more HE, other than the mortar. I mean, strategically placed mortar smoke can really help, but it's onboard smoke, so either it has to be looking at the target, or I have to have somebody in the blue company have a line of sight to it, and I'm running out of guys in the blue company right now. Having that extra 2 companies right off the bridge makes it really difficult for me to get through the T-64s here. This has been a key position that's traded hands like twice.
Yeah.
Get through that and get to that. Now all I have to do is get, if I drop a Leo 1 in there and survive, I win. Yeah. But I don't have any more smoke to cut these guys off firepower wise.
Well, and they're just not in position.
Just not in position. You hear those words? It's magic. So this gun position here up front was actually really, it slowed me down, which is its job. And I can't get to it, which is worse. Now it's really potent because it's like, oh, it's these old, what are these? Old T-12 anti-tank gun, but they got
122 millimeter smooth bores.
Right. But still, I mean, the 125 is what's in the tanks. So it's not great. But it's there. But it's sitting in a woods, in a
they're more
improved position. Improved position with woods. I was like, yeah, and guess what? You have to get close to it. And where is it good? Close. Some people are like, I want to use the cassettes. I'm like, no, you want to use the guns.
They're more of a psychological threat than an actual threat. Even at close range, it's only 3 dice at 5.
3 dice at 5 is nothing to shake a stick at. I'm sorry.
Well,
when the other guy can't answer you.
But it's not really good against your Leos.
Well, the Leo 1s it is.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so where are we here?
It is next card time.
Next card. Could be over soon. I just got through telling these guys, my personal morale, I'm going to go till I'm dead. I'm like, yeah, I also recognize that remember I said about the mathematical thing? Take 3 platoons of Leo 1s and kill 3 battalions of Russians. No, that math's not going to quite work. So, I mean, the lesson here is that You can't do anything unsupported. Do I have indirect fire? Yeah, I have the mortar, the Panzermörser section in the left-hand blue company. But I don't have anything else. I don't have enough armor because I have the one company of Leo 1s. If it were one company of Leo 2s, I'd be talking differently. Leo 1s sort of have to be more careful moving up because of 3 to make 5, and they have popcorn armor. I don't have any off-board support, and I don't have enough numbers to leverage things, and now I'm out of smoke. So take a real-world look at it. I don't have any cover of smoke. I don't have enough guys. I'm starting to take I'm taking heavy casualties. Am I going to continue this assault in the real world? Probably not. Could I do it in the game? Absolutely. You can go to the last counter. But again, I like the fact that it stimulates a discussion of, well, what would you really do? And in this case, I'm looking at unless I get really lucky somehow, and I'm not sure that is, because he's just collapsed his defense exactly the way he wants, right onto the bridgehead after I've expended my best shot.
Yeah. Okay, so I moved the headquarters. He took command of his attached T-64 platoon, and now he's going to fire on this guy right here.
Yeah, this guy's taking hits. All right, so I always explode the stack so you can see what I'm shooting at, what he's shooting at.
3 dice at 3.
Ooh, got 2
hits.
And I have 1 for the city, 1 for concealment. Yeah, I remembered. And a 6 for the
you're not bad.
1 for armor is a 6. Missed. 2 for terrain or other concealment thing. I got 1. So that's 1. He's already disrupted. He's already reduced. He's dead.
Yes.
No, I'm not frustrated. See this line of wrecks here. That's all my guys. Well, no, there are some BTRs mixed in there, actually. And maybe a BMP. So now I got trouble. I mean, I have these 2 stacks are full, but I literally blocked my own road forward with the reinforcing troops. But this is all the red infantry actually goes with the Leos, but the green infantry and the Lukes are all together.
Okay, all set.
All set. Yeah, you're all set. I don't know. My plan is not working. Next card.
End ups.
There we go. Okay, anybody not go?
Lots.
Most of your guys.
Yeah, so...
Right, the German blue, the German green.
Well, the Leos went. The Leo 2s went. You can take that out of the deck. You can take the light green out of the deck. Oh, so... Well, my blues went. They went... No, they didn't go. Oh, wow. Yeah, nothing went. Okay, so we're going to take all 3 HQs, one of which is up here, put them on one end ops card. Let me find my other 2 HQs. Just looking at it.
Plus Jeff's recon company.
Yeah.
Is there anything left of them except for that T-80?
Just the T-80.
Just the T-80. Yeah. And then this one here for my Leo 1s. So, yeah. I lost a turn basically there, which is okay. But not great, because if I had gotten 2 activations, that's how many activations. So people were like, oh, they don't get so many activations until they don't. So I lost 4 activations. No, I'm sorry, 6 activations.
6 activations, yeah.
If NATO loses 6 activations, whether it's because the Soviets pulled 6 cards or that happens, think of that. That's 6 sets of shots that I missed. That's a lot. So I just keep throwing that out there. People can think what they want. They can make their own opinion. They can buy whatever game they want.
Uzi Patrol popping in. Better than watching football.
Yeah. I take that as a compliment. We try to keep it paced like football too. So. Baseball has picked up with the new rules, but I'm still watching more football.
Well,
now the baseball's done.
I like to be able to demonstrate the Soviets do have chances in these scenarios.
Yeah, the scenarios are balanced. You have to have the mindset of, if you've got the numbers, you are going to take casualties, but then you've got more. I put it in one of my other games. It's a science fiction game where there's lots of troops on one side and less troops on the other, and the shattered box, which is the temporary destroyed box for the side that has huge numbers, says there's more where that came from.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the first card of the turn?
Yeah, was it 6?
Yes, turn 6 now.
Okay. Oh,
I am dying here. Wait, am I whining? Like, am I whining? I should not be whining. This is my game. This is. I will suffer in silence the casualties that I'm about to receive. You can't see him.
wow.
They're in a great defensive position. However, we're on offense, so that's not so good.
I know. Yeah. Again, another Star Wars analogy. It's like the Battle of Endor. It's like, oh, send the troops out in pursuit. I don't want to be that commander. So, there's no smoke. Well, you know what?
There's plenty of wrecks, though. And again, as the battlefield gets like this, 2 wrecks in a row block. So the line of sights have changed here. Yeah. He can, it's just different when there's wrecks there.
Yeah. I'm going to roll for command for this guy here.
Oh, he made it.
He's good. And then I got to roll for this guy on the hill as well.
And he made it.
Oh, good. Okay, so this guy is going to fire again at this guy. So it's going to be 3 dice at 3. And we got 2 hits. And again, you get 1 at 6 and 2 at 5.
1 at 6. Oop, click. 2 at 5. 2.
How many hits did I get? 2. So he's good.
Yes, he's good. Yay.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, I don't.
No, I'll stay back here.
Yeah.
Next shot will not have this.
Come on, one more. Come on. One more hex. So what we're talking about is I think you guys can. I don't know can you guys see it if I draw a line of sight? But
yes.
There's a Milan in this stack. So here's my crossfire.
Well,
no,
it doesn't work.
Also, the
it's behind
city
that
that's
city.
right there.
See, Jeff knows the rules better than I do again. You can't shoot through blocking terrain. That's a basic rule.
Well, to be fair, the wrecks were there, so you didn't see that the city was underneath it.
And there you go.
Well, assault here.
Just be nice to me. Ah!
So you have 2 dice at 6, and I have 2 at 4.
You can roll first because you're the attacker. I mean, it doesn't. You don't have to. You roll simultaneously, but traditionally we do it that way.
1 hit.
Oh! I needed 6s. Oh, so close. All right, so I think I'm dead, aren't I? Oh,
No,
no,
you're
I'm reduced. So let me reduce me. Please reduce me. Let me go.
You flipped it after I flipped it.
Well, get your hands on my counters. Wait, what happened there? Hold on. Hang on. Who locked the wreck?
I locked the wreck. That wreck was there?
Yeah, it's not in the hex, though. All right. So then this goes here, and this goes here, and he has ops complete as well because it was an assault. So one thing about assault is both attacker and defender are ops complete. It's a subtle little thing, but it's a way. If you assault somebody, you've pinned them basically. If you lose, you've at least pinned them. That pin's not an official term. It's a technical flavor term, but that's effectively what you've done. Green Goblin still coming?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, another one. Oh, wow. It's getting gutsy now. Now, did we give me my bonus because I'm infantry in your armor?
Not when you're disrupted.
Oh, I'm disrupted, right. Okay, so basically everybody knows that, when you have armor with no infantry, either attacking or defending an assault, it's not good. In cities, it makes it worse. But when you're disrupted, you do not get those modifiers. So the key is to, again, disrupt your target, then you assault.
I'd be using direct fire if you weren't.
Right. So, all right. So what do you got?
2 at 4.
One
I needed.
I have 2 at 6.
Yep.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! We beat him, and we almost killed him. Just kicked his nose in. They're like, "Would you like some Carl Gustav? Here for lunch."
It is a victory, but it's a Pyrrhic one.
It is a Pyrrhic victory, yes. Oh my goodness! Look at all this. Look at this mess.
What, are you hiding your casualties here by not putting them in the
No,
casualty?
I move over. I figured Devin's going to do maintenance work, but that's not happening.
I'm too busy focusing the camera on the action.
No, that's good. That's good. We will keep you doing that. You keep doing that.
Maybe distracted by looking at my phone too, but we won't
Okay,
say
so
that.
I think the rest of the guys will stay where they are, waiting for the onrush of the West Germans.
Richard Kerr just popped in. Hey guys.
So go ahead with the next turn, next card.
Hello.
7th Recon.
Okay.
It's just that T80, right? The HQ, take the HQ.
Take the HQ off the box. Yeah. And he doesn't have to roll for command anymore.
There you go. Well, he doesn't have to. So the interesting thing about, for guys who did not watch the first 3 sessions of this, the recon company for the Soviets in this scenario had 2 BMP-2s. And they're BMP-2 recon, so they have the red recon triangle. But the T-80s, there's 2 T-80 platoons, or maybe it's 3. They have their regular orange reactive armor. They do not have the recon capability, so they have to be in command from the HQ. So it's an interesting dynamic with the recon companies.
Yeah.
However, there are scenarios where in the scenario rules, it says treat the T-80s as recon. Now that's like, now you got a T-80 running around in your rear area, like without having to worry about command.
Yeah.
Tricky.
Dark green Panzer Grenadiers.
All right. So what I've got here. Oof. Let's see. Let me grab my HQ. And I don't have any. I'm going to put him with him. So I get to see if I can undisrupt him. That would be a no.
Yeah.
So 9 minus 1 is 8. I needed a 7. So they remains disrupted. Crap. I mean, it's... If he goes forward, he's just going to charge it. What the heck. All right, so we're going to go
What the heck?
Here.
Is that your strategy now?
That's my strategy. What the heck? We're going to go forward because I need to clear the road.
Hey, we're going to fire. We're going to fire
forward.
We're going to fire at you.
Go ahead.
So, 3 dice at 4. One hit.
All right, so I do not get concealment because when I move in, no. I guess technically
you're still going to be 3. You're still going to get 3 because you have the wreck and the city.
Right, the wreck and the thing, but the ops complete's a little premature. But so
3 at 5.
And the other thing is, so there is a condition like if I move in here, I do not even though I don't have an ops complete marker because I'm moving, I don't get concealment. That's part of one of the conditions that you don't get concealment. So in this case, I get 3 dice. I get 1 for the wreck, 2 for the city. That's 3 green terrain dice or defensive bonus dice, whatever, and I miss.
So he's disrupted.
So annoying. All right, but that's all right. It cleared the road at least. The other green guy, the disrupted guy's not going to move. I do get the Lukes with these guys, who doesn't need command.
Well, he's in range anyways, regardless.
Yeah, he's in range, but it's like, what the heck am I going to do with him? He is not doing any good there. But he is fast. I don't want to move him up because the guns will actually kill him. Well, he's got to do something because otherwise it's just ridiculous. So let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. I'll drop here. We'll stay here. All right, that's it. Next card. Grr.
Yep.
Aw. Not fair.
Okay, so the only one I'm going to roll for is this guy because he's the only guy I'm interested in moving. And he is out of command. I think I have a shot with some missiles here. A spandrel, 4 dice at 4, the range of 14. And we're going to go after this guy.
The guy on the hill.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. Normal range, 4 dice at 4.
Range. Normal range. Yeah, okay. You got one. I have 1 for the hill and 3 to make 6, so that's 4 to make 6.
No. 3 to make 6, 1 to make 5.
3 to make 6, 1 to make 5. I know, but I was going to say it. I was. And I got the 1 from the terrain dice.
Okay.
As missiles plow into the front of the hill. You still got ammo. That's unfortunate.
I guess we will do the BMP with the again more 4 dice at 4 becomes 6 dice.
Yeah.
And that is actually we're gonna go against this. Oh no, the headquarters is gone. Do you have 2 guys? No, just 1. Okay, so we're going against here. So it's gonna be 6 dice at 3.
Against the guy in the open?
Yeah.
Blah! That's 5.
Ow.
All right, so 1 to make 5. Oh, I got that. 3 to make 6. Come on. No. Okay, so that leaves 4.
Yeah.
Which is enough to blow them off of the hill.
All those unanswered hits.
Yeah.
Wasted.
Poor Devin. See, Devin's sake, you should have fired at the woods.
Okay, roll for ammo.
Oh, of course.
Okay. And then the other
lieutenant standing behind them with a pistol going, "Don't use too many missiles."
The other platoon's going to unload the infantry here. Oh, he can't.
No, he can't. That's 2 BMPs.
I thought there was only 1.
You can go in the
cultivated. I guess we're going to have to move them here.
Oh, there you go. Into the cultivated. We'll take a shot. So we have this nice little
okay.
Remains of the leopard 1. 2 to make 5 is 2 to make 5. Yep. That's 1. Hang on a second. I'm going to mute for a second.
Okay, so I would get 1 die for the cultivated at 5. Okay. And we're ready for the next card.
You're ready, but am I ready?
I would think you're ready because they should be yours.
I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I want to shoot something. There we go. I got the blue. Okay, so I'm going to grab that HQ.
Ooh. He doesn't have much left of his command.
You know, what's left is elite.
That
right,
commander
so
was rather reckless.
And a mortar. So it's time to start killing things. So the first thing I'm going to do is try and undisrupt. Oh, goodness gracious, he does not. He needed an 8. He got a 9. Arg.
It seems that we are getting reports, Colonel, that the German morale is failing.
No. It's not failing. They're just going grumble, grumble, grumble.
Which Germans are good at.
There have been reports that they have pulled back in some sectors, and others who are morale is grumbling.
Disappearing is not the same as pulling back.
Hey, that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
There you go. Okay. The only option I have here, other than to move behind the woods, which I'm not going to do, is I'm going to use my HQ to spot for my mortar. And I am going to drop a mortar barrage on this hex.
Okay.
If I roll a 6, it scatters. It does not. On time and on target. So that is 3 dice to make 5 against your T64.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 2 hits.
And I get my full armor because it's not off-board artillery.
No, but it is a barrage.
It's off. It's a mortar. So I know. I'm saying I get my armor.
It's a big mortar. It's not the little mortar. It's not an 81 millimeter.
Where's the cutoff?
Hang on, let's look at the player aid. Where's the player?
I know I get one for the wreck. So and that saves one of them.
Hang on, here's the player aid. So, mortar, self-propelled mortar. That's minimum range 2. Mortar 107 plus. I'm gonna say you're right. So just do your thing.
I mean, it's only 3.
I can't say you're wrong. So I'm just gonna say you're right.
Okay, so I blocked one with the wreck, and we blocked one with the.
So that was the 2.
Yeah.
All right, and then I have the same 3 to
for
make
the BTR
5 against the BTR. It is in fact a mortar barrage, and we do Denata.
Nothing.
Oh, it would have been nice. All right, well, the mortar is ops complete, and that's it. They're the only things they got. So next,
you gonna pull that mortar? I mean, the mortar with the headquarters. Or are you gonna stay there exposed?
I had to stay there exposed to spot for the mortar.
No, I thought you could spot first, then move.
No, I guess you can.
You can't move then spot.
There's too many things that can shoot at me if I move.
Actually, yeah, you are kind of pinned. I have crossfire now for you.
Yeah, you have crossfire, which you didn't before, and so they're both going to die. But that's all right. We'll take somebody with us.
I should have shot that mortar. I didn't realize I had a clear shot.
Yeah, I didn't either until I looked at it. I went, "Oops." He got one last shot. He almost got a disruption. All right, next card. We're moving pretty quickly here. Aha! All right, here's the Leo ones. All right, hang on. This Luke's is.
And don't forget that infantry with the Milan up front.
Yeah, the infantry and the Milan up here. This infantry up here is also a part. They're cross attached to the tan Leo ones. Yeah, people are like, just go across the river. Can't go across the river. However, because this guy is right here on the edge, he has a lot of crossfire. The question is what to shoot at. Do I shoot at his infantry and their Rex? I can't shoot at the guys up front. That's the only target I actually have, believe it or not. No, I can shoot. Or do I shoot at
the infantry?
This infantry up here. I'm actually going to shoot at the disrupted infantry up front. That I just compressed the stack to. And we're going to do, we have 2 to make 5. There we go. 2 hits.
Okay, you just zeroed in on them.
All right. Cleared that out. Sorry, Devin. Only 2 unanswered hits.
I know.
All right.
Where'd you attach your headquarters?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, the HQ should have been over here. I really have to get this. I mean, it's a nice position to be in. I can see the infantry out there, but I can't reach him except with long-range fire.
It's a nice position to be in if you were on the attack.
Right, exactly. So 3 to make 6. There's like guys everywhere. We can shoot at everybody over there on the hill. Oh, we'll shoot at him.
I don't
right,
think so.
so-
Doesn't this hex
I
right
don't know
here?
yet. Hang on. So this is... Oops, I got to move the HQ back. Hold on for a second. Because otherwise it's going to go from the center of the HQ. So this is where it comes in handy to explode the stack, because when you drop it back, it centers
Oh,
the
I think
stack.
actually. Yeah.
So then I think...
Oh,
Yep.
no, I guess you can.
Yeah. All right. So this gives us 6 to make 4. It's normal range. I want to make sure 1, 2, 3,
6
4,
to make
5,
5.
6, 7, 8, 9. 6 to make 5. Yeah, it's normal range. So 6 to make 5. Boom. Oh, look at that. 3.
3 at 6.
Yeah, just gets his armor. We saved 1.
Yep.
But he is reduced and disrupted, and we will check for the HQ to see if it is.
HQ is not suppressed. Okay.
All right. Well, that's it. That's all of them.
Oh.
Next card.
And that was the last formation that needed to be activated. So
Yeah,
the
you gotta-
intops
shuffle
will
that
go
in.
back in and shuffle.
There's a lot up. Aha! Blue. Okay.
You know,
This is really good
If
because
you'd had this string of activations a couple turns ago when you still had forces,
Yeah.
Right. So, there's a good teaching moment here, although I don't have line of sight, but I'm going to teach it anyway when we get to it. But so for right now, let me roll to undisrupt this guy. And again, so far I have not undisrupted anybody. And there we go, finally. So we got him back online, which is nice. We got his 20 millimeter back online. Now these are gun martyrs on the left. I don't have any missiles. I'm just going dunk, 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 daka, daka, daka. I don't have any off-road artillery. I don't have anything else to do maintenance-wise. We go into the action phase. There's 2 things I can do here. One is I can continue to bombard this hex with the mortars. I can't do this because I don't think I have line of 10. I'm going to check it. I'm pretty sure I don't. But if I decided to self-spot with the mortars to say, I'm just guessing here, if the wrecks weren't there, I could do that. I can actually do that.
Yeah.
Okay, he can self-spot and do a barrage. All right, as opposed to doing direct fire, where he has a minimum range of 2, I think. Yeah, got to read the artillery rules, but it's kind of in there as to when you can see the target, you have the option to self-spot. What's the difference between me taking a direct fire shot here? There's a different set of minimum ranges for direct fire. I believe minimum range is, its maximum range is 7, so point blank range is 3. For direct fire, for an indirect fire unit firing directly. But if I'm firing a barrage, I have my normal stuff, but it may scatter. It has the advantages and the disadvantages. So a direct fire shot's not going to scatter, but an indirect fire shot is possibly scatter, but is more powerful. So in this case, I'm going to risk that. I got the wrong thing here. Explode stack. So here we go. We got the T-64 with the HQ. It's 6. Look at this. Here's my options. T-64 with the BTR, which is actually pummeling my guy up front, or get the HQ that'll shut that battalion down. I'm going to go to see if I can shut the battalion down.
That battalion already activated this turn, so
I don't care. No, you do. So in terms of tactics, if it's already activated, it doesn't help to suppress it because, unless they roll something on the battlefield event, which has not come up yet, he can't activate anyway. But in this case, his battlefield events have been lucky. So rather than get the more units, which I could do, I'm going to go for the HQ as a target. So I take my fire for effect marker. I drop it on the HQ. My logic is totally spurious in some ways. So
roll for accuracy.
I like this idea. So roll for scatter. It does not scatter. It's 3 dice to make 5 off the counter.
Yep.
And I get 1.
And I get 3 dice at 6.
Gets his full because I'm firing a mortar.
1.
And he misses. So I disrupt him, and there is a chance that HQ may get reduced, which would suppress him.
No, I didn't lose a step, so I don't have to roll for the HQ.
Oh, you just got disrupted. Never mind.
Yeah.
But once again, there he goes here. Now, the martyr does have AP, so he can actually shoot at the tank, at the T-64 here. It would be 2 dice to make 6, because it can't get any worse. The HQ would make it 3 dice to make 6. The question is that worth it? I'm like, well, I think it's the only shot it has, so let's take it. The other thing is I could shoot the BTR and any excess hits would go on the T-62. I like that idea.
I would also point out that if you have any intent of moving, this is the time to move back, because all those units that had a line of sight to your rear are now disrupted.
What about them?
Well, you got the Rex and the Cultivated in front of them. Oh, you know what? Never mind. There's the Sagger still up on the hill.
The Sagger's still up on the hill. I think they always have in the back of my head. Let me shoot at the BTR. So okay. 3 dice to make 6. Oh, actually, I can use HE against him, but then now I'm going to use armor piercing in case there's an excess hit. If I use HE, that doesn't apply to the heavy armor that's in the T-64. But if I manage to kill the BTR with AP,
you'd only get 3. You'd only get 3 hits. Max you can do is 3 hits.
Well, he's only got 2, so I'd get 1.
I know, that's what I'm saying. You'd have to roll all 3 hits.
Well, let's just do that then.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. So close. I got 2.
Okay. So I got 2 at 5.
That line from the original Red Dawn. It's like, what kind of pilot are you? You know, he shot you down. It's like, I got 4.
actually, I got 3 at 5 because I'm concealed.
Oh, there you go. All right, so I still got 1.
Yeah.
You know, so I reduced the BTR. That was, it's moral victory.
Yep.
All right, next card, because that's it for the baby blues. Percent ops. The big blue front line.
Yeah. All right, so first thing.
Now the fire's going to start coming.
Let's see. Okay, so I'll keep the headquarters with the T-64, and I'm going to roll to rally. I need a 7 or less because the headquarters. Socialist solidarity. So I think we're going to fire back at your Leo headquarters. So, let's see, what is this? So I normally had 2 dice at 4. Range was 9, if I remember correctly. So I have 3 dice at 4.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Ugh.
Sometimes your defense is the tyranny of distance. All right, sorry, that's a Pacific War reference, but still.
C'est la vie.
C'est la vie. C'est la guerre.
So
another thing, I put myself in a bad position because I've been unable to leverage the 2 Milan support groups with my infantry. One isn't even deployed yet because it's with the green guys who were trapped in the middle there. The one for the Leos, the red infantry, is up there, but it doesn't have any line of sight to anything. So I shortcut myself. Effectively, I have reduced my strength by those 2 Milan support weapons because I can't use them. So yeah, position.
I gotta try to rally this BTR. He does not. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even up assault combat. 1 at 5 against 1 at 5. Oh, you rolled a 1. That was a group of brave men zooming out like that. Saggers can't see. Oh, you know what? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Saggers see something, right? What do we got here? Oh, just infantry. What did I do there? One.
So while he's moving, I'm going to make a comment about the solo deck that comes with Blood and Fury and will continue as a pattern for later games in the series. The solo decks will be. Let me put it this way: there's a section of the solo decks, about 12 cards or so, it might be more, out of 96 that are customized for the game. So it says like West German, British, whatever, Russian, Soviet. And those are events that are customized for that. The rest of the deck is usable in any World War 85 game. You could even back use it to Storming the Gap, although Storming the Gap has its own, but you can use this new one. There's new things that are tweaks in here because of customer response from guys like you. One of the things is I was watching him basically load it, look at his BTRs thinking, what if those BTRs would load in the face of the enemy? There's a new icon in the deck that is for when you want to make a decision, where you want the enemy or the artificial enemy opponent to make a decision as far as to whether to load or unload. And we added a new icon where you just pick a card, check the icon. If it's there, then at the range that it sees the enemy or doesn't see the enemy, then it's going to load or it's going to unload, depending on what it is. So when you're like, well, is this guy going to unload? Where's he going to unload? That kind of thing. This will tell you how to do that. And it's weighted toward in the ranges. The closer you are, the more likelihood that the enemy's going to unload. The farther you are, the less likely it's going to unload if it starts loaded, and vice versa, sort of a thing. So it's sort of built in there that the farther you are from the enemy, the more you can stay loaded. If a lot of scenarios say for Solitaire, they'll say you have to start mounted. So the question is, when do they dismount? So that's sort of built in there. The other thing is opportunity fire. I didn't think this was a major issue, but then one of my developers talked me into it, where they just want the deck to make the decision as to whether to take the opportunity fire shot. And as long as you're willing to randomize that, excuse me, again, it's keyed toward distance. The closer you are, the odds are higher that the enemy's going to take a shot at you. It's just the way it works. If you're at a medium distance, normal range as opposed to point blank range, there's less chance it's going to do it. And if you're at long range, the odds are very slim he's actually going to take that shot because of ammo conservation and stuff. So in a way, it's a little bit more real world because as a player, I'm going to take the long range shot.
Okay, so I'm going to fire one more shot. The gun here is going to get 2 dice at 5 against this infantry here.
Yeah, I guess, because that's not a...
1 hit. You're going to get 3 dice at 5 defense.
Right. Dice at 5, and they're all defensive bonuses for terrain. No problem. I got my 1.
Okay, that's the end of the activation.
All right, next card. Designated formation.
I think it's gonna be yellow BMP.
I'm gonna keep firing at those Leos, huh?
Yes, I am.
Why do I have?
Okay, so I am gonna roll for these guys. So, start with him. Nada. They must have had some problem swimming across. This stack here.
I apologize, guys. I'm trying to mute while I eat because I had a late dinner. My wife brought in my dinner, so I don't like
This one
chewing here, so I apologize.
And the last one. He's good. All right. This is going to go 1, 2. Unload him there. Unload him there.
He's just flaunting that he can move with impunity.
Behind the hill and everything. Yeah. You can move too, but that.
I'm stuck.
Okay, so then these guys are going to fire at the Leo on the hill. 4 dice at 4.
Okay, so
you
I
get
get
two extra dice.
Yeah, I get 3 to 6 to make my armor, and I get 2 to 5 for that, and I got 1. But you did 4 hits.
3
hits. So that's 2. That's this guy, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's 2. So he is reduced and disrupted. And roll for the HQ. If I roll a 1 to 3, he's fine. He's not fine. So he is reduced. Oh, that was bad. However, it's only 2 unanswered hits. Sorry, Devin. If it were 3 unanswered hits, we'd roll for fire. Oh.
And ammo is good.
Oh my goodness. Now I got that extra die there because he's firing anti-tank guided missiles into woods. If you're firing anti-tank guided missiles into blocking terrain, that'd be woods or city. Those wires that are trailing from the missile, they don't like branches. They don't like curves. They don't like to go around corners in cities. So it's not like the dumb bullets in Roger Rabbit. The wire breaks, the missile's ballistic, and it goes to ground.
So this guy here, he's going to roll 4 dice at 4 against the same tank.
Jeepers creepers. Oh. All right, 3 to make 6. Nothing. And
roll for 5.
You're going to get your wish. Ah! You got all right. So we did 4 hits or 5 hits?
4 hits.
You did 4 hits minus the 2 saves. So that's 2. Which kills my guys. However, no fire. Sorry, Devin.
Yeah.
Damn it.
A Rex in here.
So close.
Yeah, right. You're complaining. I got nobody left.
I don't care about your casualties. I just want to see fire.
Did you hear him say that? He just doesn't care. I'm crying.
Some people
I'm going to start my mic out. I'm crying.
Some people just want to see the world burn.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
that's
you're
7.
right. Yep.
See, we spoiled him. So for you guys who don't know, we did change the fire rules pretty quickly after the game was released, but it was very easy for fires to start and spread. And people were like, well, it's too much. But in the meantime, we had played the Defense of Frankfurt, the main scenario there. Both scenarios actually with the old fire rules, because that's the only fire rules we had at the time. And we got this one section between these 2 hills outside, and it's literally northwest of Frankfurt. It's one of the lower right part of the corner in Defense of Frankfurt map, and the 8 map monster map is the northwest suburbs of Frankfurt. So it is definitely Defense of Frankfurt. But there's between 2 hills there is a massive 10 hex by 10 hex cultivated area. And we set it on fire once, and it started. We had 21 fire hexes.
21 fire hexes. Yep.
And Devin was just his eyes are, no pun intended, glow.
Well, not only was it the fire hexes, it destroyed 3 of the 4 bridges across the river I was defending. Yes. It was it was a mess.
Well, and it also forced the remnants of the motor rifle battalion to flee.
It was Glorious,
we're
glorious,
done.
I say.
As we say in Star Wars, most impressive. It's very glowy. But we did talk about it with people, and we're like, yeah, let's not make it a game about fire. There were discussions of, in scenarios that are smaller, we have like a 7-hex city, and it caught on fire, and the whole thing burned.
Yeah.
And people are like, well, then you can't take the objective because you're not letting the fire hex, so the attacker can't win. I'm like, for me, I'm like, that's war.
Oh, I ran into that more than once, where one side or the other couldn't win because, oh, look, the hex you need to capture is on fire.
Right, but I have seen other designers in later games, I don't want to flatter myself or anything, address that issue, which is, it should be.
Yeah.
There's ways to address that and move the objective, but that's as much as I'll say. But for us, it's like, nah, this is much more of a bar fight game.
That's my attitude. C'est la guerre,
Have I lost because my objective was burning? Yes, I have. Have I won because the other guy's objective? Yes. It evens out.
All right, next card.
Yeah, please.
Card.
And ops.
And that's it. Anybody not go? I don't think so.
I don't think so. No.
Nope.
Just
Green
nope.
went. Okay.
Everybody went.
Full turn. All right. So I am going to call it here, and I'll tell you exactly why. And I'll tell you what the long shot would be. It's a really long shot. Jeff would have to cooperate by being an idiot.
And when does Jeff ever cooperate in something like that?
Exactly right. Yeah. So I'm just going to move the disrupted marker so you can see what it is here. Actually, I'm not going to move the disrupted markers. I'm going to explode these things so you can see what's in these hexes. So this is what's left of the West Germans.
Yeah.
And I can take that off. All right. So basically, I have a half a platoon of Leo 1s, a disrupted infantry platoon that does have Milan teams that aren't doing anything. And then we got this one too. And then we've got, basically we have less than a company of infantry, well less than a company, and a few supporting tanks. We're not going up against 3 battalions and making it to that bridge. That's my determination. The long shot would be, okay, it is only turn 5. If we could get everybody together, not in front of his guns. This guns right here, they proved to be that was a rock. I didn't think it would be, and then I'm like, oh god, I can't get rid of him. But it would be some way, shape, or form to get into this area here. But again, no smoke, no support, no way to do that except to come back around this hill and maybe chew up a few units and get. It's not happening. The more I think about it, I go, nah, time to flip the table.
Yeah, I think you just, not having played the scenario before, you chose the most difficult approach.
Jeff kept trying to tell me to come from the north, and I'm like, I just too much open terrain for me. Too much.
Yeah, but at range, you can do that, especially on the early turn before the T-64 battalion gets across the river. You can really just blow anybody off that central hill and dominate with your firepower.
Hexy's going, what, everybody? Nothing's left. Referring to your everybody of the West Germans that was left.
You are accurate. You are accurate, Hexy.
Yeah. Now, I've taken equal, if not more, casualties. Both the T-64 battalion and the motor rifle battalion are down by a third.
Yep.
You'll notice I started pressing in with the blue motor rifle battalion because they were going to be replaced by the BMP battalion.
The orange battalion, yeah.
Yeah. So.
But it's just actually he's suppressed, so he's still there. But yes, if we take a final look at the casualties, the fact that they match, in fact, the West Germans lost a little bit more. This offensive fizzled.
Yeah.
My fault. I mean, he's right. I had a plan. Yeah, I had a plan. I tried the plan. The plan was to make the bottom a meat grinder and to keep it isolated. When I took that gamble with the Leo 2s that were in the nose and dropped my last smoke.
Okay, I just gotta say, did you listen to what you said there? A meat grinder. Since when is running a meat grinder battle effective against the Soviets?
All right, so I made a mistake.
Again, I think you picked the most difficult approach. It forced you into close-in fight, which is where the Soviet strength is accentuated.
So
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't kill your Leos with tank duels. You know,
Right.
they got killed.
Right. He killed it with infantry.
Well, infantry
assault.
and assaults.
And I killed it with assaults because I assaulted with it.
Yeah.
Devin, it's all your fault. I blame Devin.
Okay, I'll take.
No, I'm not blaming Devin. But no, so this was a lesson for me, which is, okay, this was not a good idea. And this is why. The worst of it is it looked like a good idea for the first 3 turns because I was making progress, even though I'd taken some losses.
Yeah.
But NATO's just, on the attack, unless you have the firepower, NATO can be very fragile. You have to be really careful because NATO's not made to do major counterattacks. And as far as I'm concerned, this is a major counterattack. This is a full, West German.
Let's reiterate that West German and British forces are not really made for the attack. M1s,
that's true.
I would prefer the Leo 2 is a superb thing.
They don't have the speed though. They are much slower
You know
than
what?
the M1. And when you're on the attack,
but you know what? They have much better firepower than the M1. Now I'm talking about the 105, not the A1.
I know.
They still have 4 dice at 3 out to a range of 14. They still have 3 dice at 3 moving at full speed. So, see this hill in the upper northwest here, right here.
Mm-hmm.
If you had started your Leos behind this hill, and all they had to do is come up onto the hill, they'd take some ranged fire a little bit, but the T-64s aren't in the game, in the battle yet. So some saggers, in which case you're rolling 4s to save, and then you just start firing for like the next 2 activations, and you clear the Soviet central hill.
Only if you stay there. Only if you stay there. Otherwise, you retreat behind the hill onto the bridge, and now I have to get into the same close-in fight I got into in the south, but without terrain.
You clear the hill, and then you get the infantry up into the hill.
Maybe. What do you guys think? Is my question. I mean, you can see the map here. It's like it's not an easy scenario, and again, there is just the one bridge. There's no bridges across that river. They're all destroyed as a conceit of this scenario. It's tough, but I think Jeff's right. I have to come from another direction. Which direction we may not agree about, but next time if I try his plan, he'll know what my plan is. But that's okay. We like I said in the first episode of this, we're here to say I'm going to try this, and let's see what it looks like. And either it works or didn't. Like I said, for first 3 turns, I'm like, closer. And then as I started losing, I'm like, this is a gamble. And then I took that one chance because I thought it was, and I do this all the time. So I'm like, I should not have put my Leo 2s up there. I should have combined my Leo 2s with my Leo 1s and made a fist and gone around the left. Reinforced the blue.
The same thing. If you're attacking from the northern end, you even mentioned it, how I had such an ability to move in interior lines unhindered. Mm-hmm. Well, if you're flanking from the north, all of a sudden, I don't have covered approach routes anymore. And you have a range advantage still. Also keep in mind, even when the T-64s advance onto the board, they have a 3-6 defense. They're paper mache when it comes come up against the Leos. Leos at long range can just start annihilating them.
Yeah, well. I was wrong. You were right. It's not a wrong or right thing. It's a fast enough game. It's obviously, we're taking our time. We want to explain to you guys what's going on. Because the feedback we've gotten is that people like the banter where it's like, well, this is what I'm doing and why. So
exactly. And I got no problem with that. But I will just point out, because I know on Facebook or War Game Geek, we get it all the time. I was like, oh my God, how did the Soviets win? Mm-hmm. You can't. And the base mistake is you can't play the Soviets like you would the NATO forces. You got to bide your time, get in as close as you can without engaging, and wait for that opportunity.
Yeah. Now, if you want some fun, play the second scenario of Defense of Frankfurt of the expansion for Storming the Gap. That's the 8-map scenario. And take the M1 battalion.
Yeah.
I got to play that. That's fun.
And my counterattack against that battalion, everything just fell apart. The artillery didn't hit, and then my tanks.
I came up against a T-80 battalion, and he was pinned against a ridge, and he was assaulting out, and he should have. It's not like he didn't know what he was doing. This is Jeff, and every assault failed.
And I had a full battalion barrage on you before I attacked, and they all missed.
So it's always fun. It's always fun. That's the point. It's fun.
So, well, I hope everybody enjoyed this battle and
Yep, that's right, Jeff. Surge en masse. That's Hexy Jeff said. So we're talking about surge en masse. That's exactly right.
Yep. So,
but this is an interesting scenario because it's defense. So you don't get a lot of those. I mean, obviously you can do it, if you make your own scenario, but this is like an official.
Yeah, and admittedly, in my experience, it's harder to balance out NATO attack scenarios. So
yeah, it definitely is.
So,
all right, cool.
Yeah.
Anybody have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever? I'm sorry, I'm stealing Devin's line. While we're here, I mean.
Well, that would be, does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, criticisms? Go ahead and hit it with us now. Now, again, you
have to give them time to catch up to the video and to type.
Unless it's a criticism, then no, I don't want to give them the time. I mean, we'll take your credit. You can give your criticism. We just may not listen to it. That's all.
These guys are not the ones who are going to give us criticism. We appreciate your time, guys. We really do. But we hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And what we are probably going to do for Friday Night Firefights, the next round, I think we were talking to Dean and Tony about having them come on and maybe doing some lock and load. Tactical.
Oh, I'm definitely kibitzing on that one. Save a spot at the table for me. I may not play, but I owe them some kibitzing.
Yes. Well, Tony and I actually played once, and if he'd have been a little bit more knowledgeable on how the turn impulses work, he could have won. But I stopped him from moving into the last hex he needed to win by just engaging his troops in hand-to-hand. I lost the hand-to-hand, but he was locked in melee and couldn't move.
There you go.
If he'd have done something a little bit differently, a couple impulses before I did that, he'd have ended up winning. So Tony and Dean have got a good grasp on. They've played Nations at War on their own channel. Yeah. So yeah,
that's right. They're fun.
Oh yeah, definitely love playing with both Dean and Tony. So we're looking at having them come on for a round of games for Lock and Load Tactical, or maybe something else where whatever they want to do. But we'll see that, and it'll probably be sometime within the next month or so. But then who knows? After that, we might have, I don't know, Hexy come on and we do some Galorian Empire.
Hexy and I are supposed to play again.
Oh, there you go. So,
although he's got the copy of the game, I don't have my copy yet. But every time somebody says, "Oh, look, here's an unboxing and here's the map," I look at that Hexy. I look at it and I go, "Yeah, I defended that ridge. Not well, but I did."
Well, just to give props to Jeff. Jeff did a really, really good overview and review on. I think it was the second scenario on that ridge, and so I would really recommend everybody going over to Hex and checking out his gameplay video on that scenario for Galorian Empire. So, but it doesn't look like we have any questions, and we are definitely way over our 2-hour time limit. Not that that really means anything. It's a Friday night, and we're all losers.
Because my wife came in once and said, "What are you done?"
So I guess
she who must be obeyed.
Of course, got to keep the wife rep up. So I guess we are going to go ahead and cut it here, and we'll let everybody know in the future when we're going to be doing this next.
All right, thanks guys. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Well, that will end this gaming session. May God bless you and keep you safe until next time. Friendly Fire. Friendly Fire is a Lock and Load publishing production.